We rolling? All right. Hey guys, Ronnie coming in with Miss Lou Champ Spotlight. Radio with my buddy Joey Martin.
Hey man, hey back.
Our second episode.
Yes.
Oh man, we're live here from the beautiful Sportsbook Lounge at the Playmaker Sportsbook area at Magnolia Bluff Casino, and we had David King coming out, but we got Stanley Smith. He got caught up this morning. We've got Stanley Smith from ACCS and Blake Wheeler from Delta Charter.
Absolutely.
Joining us this morning.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be good. Before we get started, I want to make sure to thank all of our awesome partners for making this possible, including Concordia Sentinel.
Oh, glad to be.
So let's kind of dive in, Joey, on a little bit about what's going on around the Miss Lou right now. We have some breaking news.
Yeah, we did. So talked to Dana Smith, athletic director at Vidalia High School. Of course, the field, they're putting the sod down on Vidalia now, or should be tomorrow.
Okay.
It may take 2 or 3 days. You cannot, nobody can get on the field for 30 days after they put the sod down. So, yeah, they should have started earlier, but, you know, Camo did a great job with it. This school board should have got this moving earlier. But anyway,
yeah.
Dana Smith was trying to reach out to Natchez and maybe even move. They were going to have it on August 25th, Friday, maybe even move it to Saturday. They just weren't able to get anything done. So, unfortunately, they're canceling the Jamboree. Third time in 4 years, they won't have the Jamboree. That adds up. Yeah. COVID in 20, and then last year we had a week of rain. So, hey, we'd had a turf field. But anyway. So, Vidalia was scheduled to host Sicily Island September the 1st. That game will now either be played at Sicily Island, which is probably the most likely scenario, or even LaSalle has said, hey, if y'all need to use our field, it's fine. So that game will be played. It's just a shame. Josh West, first year, he's not going to have kind of like a little exhibition or warm-up to see what he's got before it goes into a real game.
So what teams were scheduled to participate in the Jamboree?
Well, he had Block, Sicily Island, and Tensile. And
so all of those schools are kind of out of their
absolutely.
exhibition.
That's kind of unfortunate for all of them.
I got you. Man, so what's the when is the first week with Sicily Island? Is that next week?
Yeah, that's September 1st.
September 1st.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
we do have a game, our first game, and we'll get to talk to Stanley about that tomorrow night with AC and Bowling Green at Bobby Marks Field.
Okay, are there any other local sports tomorrow night, or is AC the first?
They're the first real game. There's some, I think, Cathedral's involved in a scrimmage, and but otherwise, yeah.
For the record, okay.
Yeah,
and then Cathedral and the rest will start the week after.
Correct.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about what else is going on in the
softball,
right now.
Man. I tell you what, AC and Cathedral looking good.
AC ball players.
They do.
Yeah.
AC did well at the Cathedral tournament, went in 2 games and beat Central really handily. Great job for them. Of course, they've got a new coach, Savannah Buck. She's doing a great job. And we'll have to get Savannah Buck and Craig Beasley at Cathedral on our shows, maybe before playoffs or something. Cathedral doing well, beat Franklin. Franklin's a defending Class A state champion. Craig wasn't real happy with how they played, but still they won. And, boy, they're just getting contributions from everyone. Cathedral plays Brookhaven Monday. Brookhaven's a defending state champion, so that'll give us a good gauge of where they are.
Yeah. And ACCS, they beat. I'm more of a Louisiana boy, but it was an MRA.
Yeah.
That sounded like that was a pretty big win.
That's a huge win.
Yeah.
They've
got several of. They've both teams have several girls that I know, and some of them that I even taught,
and they're all
sweetheart girls.
And they stand out some of their summer teams, and so they've been playing a while and together, so that makes a big difference.
Yeah. What's going on in the area?
Well, like you say, we're just getting ready to hammer down and get going.
What about the Panola Championship?
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Gary Farmer won his first Panola title last weekend. Shot a 146.73 both days. Of course, it was hot. And I called Gary up and said, man, nice to talk to a farmer about a title whose name isn't Jordan. He said, well, that's because he wasn't here. But, great tournament. Man, I just can't imagine playing golf right now.
Did anybody check to make sure that he wasn't like rolling it on?
I'm sure they were.
Oh my goodness!
But congratulations to Gary. Third time, like I say, in 3 years they've had a different champion. So there's some parity for you.
Is Jordan a normal?
Yeah, Jordan's he's a beast.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's talk about this. Let's talk about the first week schedule with everything.
Sure.
With
like we
what do we
say,
have
Bowling
coming up?
Green at ACCS tomorrow night.
Okay.
August 18th, next Friday, we've got ACCS at St. Aloysius.
That'd be a good one.
Cathedral plays at Central Hines. Delta Charter's going to be hosting Beekman scrimmage, and talk to Blake about that. And Faraday's going to be traveling to Madison for a scrimmage. So it's getting here. Let's just hope the temperatures are get a little dip in the 90s, man. Anyway.
And then the following weeks, Magnolia will kind of join the party.
Well, they were going to have Jamboree, but Natchez goes to Hancock. ACCS hosts Prep. What a huge game that is!
On the 25th,
earlier in the year, right? And Faraday, Beekman, and the Delhi Jamboree, and Delta Charter is playing Arcadia in the Delhi Jamboree.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be by the time we air next week. By the way, we'll be doing this every Thursday morning right here from Magnolia Bluff Casino at 10:30. So you can stream us on Miss Lou Champion Spotlight Facebook page, or you can come kick back and watch us and have some awesome lunch with us.
There you go.
So, but before we're going to bring on, who are we going to bring on first?
We can get Stanley Smith first.
Okay, we'll bring on Stanley in just a second, but real quick before we bring him on, we were laughing off camera a little bit about our buddy down at LSU had a little bit of a
melee.
They had a little something going on this week.
Yeah, and boy, Brian Kelly was not a happy camper at all. I understand that. Look, you know, you don't want Harold Perkins breaking his hand in a fight. But like you were saying, hey, that's what happened in 2019. This goes on a lot more than we know.
Yeah.
The media just happened to be there. But, you know, as hot as it is, good gracious.
Man, those things happen. And I was saying that the last time that I remember one of these really getting out was there's a quarterback that plays for the Cincinnati Bengals involved with it.
Right.
And that was 2019.
Right.
And that season worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
But looking back now, if you look back at that season, we were panicking then because it's like, no, our starting quarterback. But if we would have known what he was going to go on to do, we'd have been like, get him out of there.
Well, exactly. And then we come to find out he loves getting hit hard. That makes him even more.
Yeah, he's a little off. Yeah, he's a little bit thrown off there. But yeah, well, let's kind of dive in. Is Stanley ready, or is he getting ready? Okay, all right. Yeah, so I'll let me grab a chair, Stanley. We'll let you get in the middle, and Stanley, I'm Roddy, man. Yeah, okay, good to see you. Good meeting you.
What's his name?
I think you might know Joey, huh? Yeah.
Reporting on my whole life.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm glad to finally meet you, man.
Yeah.
Dustin, how we look on? Am I in?
That way. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got to ask you right off, Stanley, have you ever played or coached in 100-degree temperatures?
Practice, but not played. Coached in a lot of 100-degree weather.
Yeah, sure.
But right now it's pretty hot, pretty toasty right now. So he's trying to make
That's
sure.
just another animal you have to deal with, isn't it?
Yeah, just got to keep them hydrated. Keep them fresh. Have a good rotation system in. Make sure you have a good depth chart to keep things fresh.
Right. I think Bowling Green. I was looking at the roster. Who y'all play tomorrow? Like 51 kids.
Yeah, they're pretty deep. New head coach. Have some nice sized kids. So we just got to come out. My motto is aligned with sound execution. So it's just a big deal. On Friday night it's going to be hot, so we got to make sure that we've created some depth and guys come out and play hard.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about your transition into ACCS. How's that going?
It's going great. It's a family atmosphere. The kids are motivated. They're working hard.
Yeah.
I'm excited. The winter tradition is already there. So I just hope I can, bring something to kind of build on it, continue to grow. But I'm excited. First game tomorrow, so come out and support us, and I hope we can pull out a win.
I think you bring a little bit of winning to the table too, don't you?
A little bit. Been having a little success.
That's right.
Well, I was looking at Bowling Green has a kid who was on the Powerlifting America High School National.
Wow.
Kale McDaniel, 5'10", 241. and he's a senior, so kind of like he's gonna be a force on the line.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like kind of what they're doing on offense. You know, they run a wing T double wing, so they want to be smashed right at you. You know, so they're kind of bigger, stronger guys want to just run right at you. You know,
Right.
So just make sure that we're in the position we're supposed to be in because they are strong. You know, so it's going to be a test of will.
So how's it been like playing under or coaching under David King?
It's great. I'm enjoying it. You know,
Good.
he's been around the block. You know, like I said, he's been successful. Won a lot of ball games, won some championships. You know, and he has a motto. You know, he just believes in speed on the field. That's what I believe in.
Absolutely.
You know, so put the best athlete on the field to go out there and make plays. And that's what it's about. You know.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that since you kind of said y'all believe in that. What are some similarities in your coaching style, and then what are maybe some differences that you're bringing to the table? That
I think the similarities both are aggressive. You know, we believe in attacking. You know, not sitting back waiting. Just being ahead on the count. You know, you don't want to get behind on offense. You don't want to get behind on sticks and defense. So you kind of want to be progressive and put the kids in the best situation to make plays. You know, I think I'm a little bit more fire than he is.
I can vouch for that.
You know, I love the game. You know, it's been a part of my life. You know, it's something that I've loved doing. You know, I don't feel like I'm at work ever. You know, when I'm coaching. You know, so I'm out there with the kids, and I feel like they're my sons. You know, so just push them in the right direction, get them motivation, and hopefully they can learn some technique wise and make some plays.
And the personalities are all meshing well.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, he's welcoming with open arms.
Yeah.
You know, I think that we kind of feed off each other. You know, he's kind of wants my perspective on some things, and I want the same from him. You know, coming in and trying to make sure and overstep boundaries because coming in as a head coach, just want to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do and not overstep things. And he's like, come on, man, like give me what you got. You know what I mean? So
That's right.
Like I said, he's welcoming me with open arms. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that's great.
You coached, obviously, I had a job with Louisiana Christian, but there's nothing like high school football, is it?
No, it's not. There's so much onus on it. People here to take. First time I've missed a place where so many alumni teachers. So that's huge too. So it's a lot of buy-in. And they're pushing the kids to do the right things because they've been through those same halls. So it's a good feeling.
What are the challenges? So just talking about college and college and high school, what are the challenges with each that are similar and different?
Well, in high school, you kind of go out and recruit. You know what I mean? And kind of find who you want and kind of pick and spread the land and see what you can get. In high school ball, you kind of get what comes through the door. Yeah. We've just been blessed that we have some good kids that came through the door. I think we have a huge O-line, D-line. We have some athletes. Like I said, the championship mantra has been there. So I just want to be able to kind of, like I said, continue to build on that and hope we can bring home one this year.
What about maturity-wise, the difference between? There's obvious maturity differences, but do you find that high school kids are that they are mature enough to kind of buy into the system, or it's a little bit more challenging?
Well, I say right now coming in, my style of defense is a little bit different. So it's just kind of pushing, some change in reads and keys and things like that. Just kind of pushing it and film study and getting on the board, doing chalk talk and walk through and things like that. And it's kind of the same deal in college as well. You have to really, stress things, stress the details, the little things. Yeah. You stress the little things, the big things take care of itself. So it's kind of six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just all about just getting them to know what you know. You know what I mean? It's not about what they don't know. That's right. It's get them to understand what your philosophy is and things like that. So
simplify it.
Right. And that's my philosophy. I want simple and fast. Very simple and fast. I don't want a lot of thinking, read and react. To be an athlete.
And you got some playmakers, and you had Kobe Deal and obviously at Faraday, but you got a heck of a quarterback and Tristan Burns receiving the ball. I like for y'all to throw it a good bit. Yeah,
I think we're gonna spread around, but I think we have some good backs too, and we have a big O-line. So I think it's going to be a little balance of both. Okay. I told I like that 4-minute drill. You kind of run the clock down a little bit more, keep you out the field a little bit more. But I think it's going to be balanced. Coach King is a great offensive mind and scored a lot of points. Like I said, won a lot of ball games. So, hopefully I can just stop some people and watch them score some points.
What who are some players on both sides of the ball that we can sort of circle and watch out for this year?
You know, it starts up front. You know, we have a big right tackle, Caleb Bailey. Our left tackle, Tate Wadsworth.
He was a student of mine at Magnolia Junior High.
I mean, he's a big one.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah, he's moving well right now. You know, just getting to kind of put out a little bit more. You know, but I think he's working hard right now. And I think the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah.
We have some good DBs, Tristan and Jordan Berry. Adrian Walker, he's a great player for us.
Adrian, great running back.
Yes, he's a great player. And I got him playing some safety for me
Do
too,
you?
you know.
Good.
So he's a great athlete. And they said Tristan and Alex Pollard. He's an all-state returning guy for us. So we have a good nucleus coming back. You know, like you said, Co-Lin is a returning quarterback. You know, so she's expected to him now year 3 to come in and kind of hit the ground running and take the bull by the horns.
Quarterback's a junior.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Colvin Carter.
Okay.
So how different has it been for you? I mean, you used to start in the first week of September, and here you have a game second week of August.
It's a little different. Usually we getting ready to go to scrimmages right now.
Right.
And, you know, but it is what it is. You know, we've been preparing the whole summer. You know, so we knew it was coming, so it's not like it caught us by surprise. You know, so we've been working ever since I know June since I got there, and we're ready for it.
Expectations are high, right?
Oh yeah.
The
standard is set. You know.
That's right.
The culture is winning over there, and that's what was a big draw to me to come in, and hopefully I can bring a little, you know, hot sauce to it. You know.
Absolutely, I know you will.
So record aside, championships are obviously the standard. Record aside, I asked the coaches this last week. What are some things that you would consider a successful season if this team accomplishes? Record aside.
Just see growth, maturity, you know, accountability. You know, I always say a coach's dream is when a team holds itself accountable. Well, the coaches don't have to do that much discipline, you know. So if we can get that team accountability, you know, that'll be huge for us. That's what we're always looking for, you know, holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
How many kids you got at college now that play for you?
I know Lewis.
Yeah,
Kobe.
Lewis Matthews is going to be a force at Grambling. You got Kobe Dillon at Southern.
Right. Sharon. Sebastian is at Louisiana Tech.
Makes it a lot more fun watching these.
Yeah, I love watching Saturday ball, man. I sit back and feel like a proud papa, you know. I just got off the phone with me and Dad been texting here lately. He's getting ready for some workouts and things like that.
Okay.
So it feels good. It's that time of the year, man. So,
it is.
Know, I mean,
big things, I think, for Kobe and Lewis this year.
Oh yeah, I mean they're seeing Lewis is senior year, but I think Kobe is in a position where he can graduate if he wants because you know he had dual enrollment classes, so he had so many hours, you know. But he had the COVID year, so you know I think he might be able to work on his master's degree now.
Oh, great.
So I mean he just had a big news article yesterday, so the expectations are how he's running with the ones right now. So he's healthy again and ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah. And Stanley, it's just so hard to get kids in our area recruited, and it's just. And then they come out and do like what Lewis and Kobe are doing, and it's like, where have y'all been?
You know, we're right here in the Delta, man, and if they don't know, they don't know, you know. So it's really our job to kind of get the kids out to get them exposure, get them to camps, you know, and
camps are huge,
right? You know, get them the guys that we know and networking with, you know, when we go out to conventions and things like that, you know. But I think this is one of the best kept secrets in the world, to be honest.
Absolutely.
You know? It's a lot of talent here, and we're gonna do what we can to push it out and when they do get opportunity to go out, they do great. So we just need more people to come and put some eyes on this new area.
Absolutely.
What is that relationship like whenever so obviously you've had success and your players go off to college and all that. That's got to make you feel good. What is your relationship as it continues and they go off? Are you still pretty close with the guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I look at it like I'm a father figure to them, you know. We don't talk often, but they know that I'm there for them anytime they call me. They'll text me. I'm going to respond. You know, I'm busy. You know, I have a family and working a job, so they know if they need me, I'm there. You know, and like I said, I'm just texting Dad right now. He's talking about getting some old film, and you know, Kobe texted me. You know, he had this WFB story on yesterday, so I got that from him last night. You know, Sebastian always sending me clips. You know, from Tech. You know, he's a walk on it. I mean, he's fighting hard, man. He's trying to get some playing time. He made the travel squad last year, you know, so that's huge, you know, somebody to walk on and making travel as a D1,
Yeah,
that's huge for me, to watch them go out there and compete,
yeah.
that's what it's about, You leave high school, it starts over, so you got to go compete, everybody's coming in, everybody's the best in high school, so it starts all over again.
That's right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
So just get to understand, hey, what you did in high school is over with, you got to rebrand yourself.
Yeah, that's a good word too, a brand, because that's what I would talk to my students about a lot, that everybody, you are a brand.
Right.
And you are putting out something to the world, and you are putting out something to these teams and these coaches and all of that. So on that topic, what would you say, since you have had some success, what would you say to anybody, whether it's your team or not, what would you say to any high school players out there that want to take that next step about how to go about their business?
It's hard work, accountability, being respectful, like I said, getting exposure, meeting people, networking, that's huge, just hearing a story about it, where it really went to LSU is just kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So you never know. You just put yourself in the best situation and just hope for the best, The big thing is just, you don't want to put any negative stuff out there about yourself because, you represent yourself. Social media can be horrible. It can be good, but it can be bad. You know what I mean? So you always want to represent yourself and put your best face out there. You don't want to do anything that they can take it the wrong way,
Do you appreciate more winning the championship in 2019 now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about it. It was at home. I told you, I would just catch myself riding home sometimes, just shed a tear, because it just meant so much, wearing that black and gold and being able to come back home and pull it together and win a lot of ball games, seeing kids' life change for the better, it was huge for me. And it's still special. I mean, it's still
beat a program like Manny.
Right. And that's still one of the top programs in the state.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I remember listening to it on the radio, and I've got buddies in Manny, and I've known how good that they are for a long time. And you guys came out, and I'm like, all right, man. They got them early. And then I was like, all right, they got them. I mean, y'all showed up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they expected that.
No, I mean, like I said, we prepare. Most people understand that the season's not won from August to December.
Yeah.
It's won in June and July. It's won in December and January when nobody's watching.
That's right.
You don't have any fans in the stands. You're out there working and sweating, lifting and running and doing those things, kind of team bonding, things like that. This one in my opinion, that's when it's won.
Yeah, I agree with that. Joey, I think we got time for one more question. You want to take us out?
Sure. Just worried about cramps and just the heat tomorrow. What do you do?
We're going to hydrate. We work and make sure we have our depth chart solidified so we can keep fresh guys rotating. We can't beat the heat, just kind of prepare for it. Kind of when you see a guy his body language change a little bit, things like that. Just kind of
awareness.
Right, you got to be alert. You know what I mean? Just pay attention. And you got to know your kids too. So that's a big deal. Just just being invested in the kids and being able, because they're going to tell you, hey, I'm good. Everybody cramp up because I want to come off the field.
Right.
Can't move my thumb, but I'm good, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be pulling for you guys. I mean, Adrian and Tate and all those guys, all of them. The ones that I know, especially, I'm gonna be rooting a little extra harder for them. But we'll be pulling for you this year, and we'll get out to some ball games. And just good luck. Good luck on the season. Thank you for coming out to our show, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of you throughout the season.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and right after this, we'll have Mr. Blake Wheeler from Delta Charter to come on. So, Dustin, we're going to take a quick break. Okay, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Blake Wheeler. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. I want to tell you about our awesome partners, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chicks. Hicks Chicks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know they are also open to the public? Hicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish. And don't forget about their famous TNT burgers that are already pattied up for you and their amazing dessert options. So go see the awesome team at Hicks Chicks at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Natchez. Hicks Chicks, way more than just chicken.
Welcome to your new hospital, Trinity Medical. Located in Faraday, Trinity Medical is the only acute care facility in the Tri-Parish area. Here you will find an active pursuit of holistic health, a strong, honest group of clinicians, and a consciousness of others that transcends the 80,000 square feet committed to you and your loved ones. Trinity Medical. People you know, caring for people you love.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We're out at our awesome partners, Gregg Veterinary Clinic, and we are in the back in the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. I'm standing in the Magnolia Bell Suite, which is one of 5 elite boarding suites available to your 4-legged furry friends when you travel this summer. Each suite comes with a private bed, flat screen TV, 24/7 video monitoring, and a sliding door so your pet feels like they're home. They provide one-on-one walking and activities in a fenced-in private backyard. So call Gregg Vet Hospital today and request your pet suite at the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. They'll leave the light on for you. Call Gregg Veterinary Hospital today. All right, guys, we're back live with Champion Sports Talk, and we are live at Magnolia Bluffs Casino, the beautiful Playmakers Sportsbook room right here. Huge TVs everywhere, beautiful room. I want to say thank you to Mr. Stanley Smith from ACCS coming out and joining us. Great conversation. And now we have Mr. Blake Wheeler from Delta Charter. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you joining us.
Yes, sir.
It's our 2nd episode, and we appreciate you coming out and being a part of it. We'll have you out a lot more. So,
sounds good.
Yeah. I think you know this guy over here.
Yeah. Familiar with this guy. Pretty
So,
regular.
You started 2017. You came in, Blake, and Delta Charter had 6 coaches in 6 years. You have been the cornerstone there for the past, but that was what was needed, wasn't it? Stability for the kids.
I think so. So, that my first year coming in, that was what I heard from a lot of the kids. I think there was a lot of doubt. There was a lot of questions, about are you just going to be another guy that leaves?
Right.
So, being there and to know the kids, and building that trust, I think was a big part of it, but yeah, man, been there 7 years and it's blown by.
So let's talk a little bit about for the viewers that maybe aren't familiar with you, maybe watching from other schools. Tell us a little bit about your background, your personal background, and your coaching background.
Okay. Married to my wife Hannah. We have 2 kids, Nathan and Addison. They both go to DC. My wife actually works at DC too, so we got the whole family deal working there. I've been coaching. Let's see. Oh God, it's probably my 17th year. Started out at Crowell Middle School. Worked there for a while. Worked at Franklin Parish as offensive coordinator for about 6 years. Moved to Rabel. Got a job there as an offensive coordinator, and then took the job at DC. So.
And you graduated, played football at Crowell?
Crowell, yep.
Now we all played
Huge school. Yeah, everybody knows Crowell.
Bulldog with Bulldogs.
Crowell, that's right. Crowell
Okay.
Bulldogs.
Is that the Crowell?
The Crowell Bulldogs. That's right.
When you played, did y'all play Vidalia?
No, we started playing Vidalia, I think 2 years after I graduated.
Okay.
After I graduated.
You had some rough years, didn't you?
Yeah.
That were kind of everybody's kind of whooping dog for a while.
Yeah, well, we actually had a winning record my senior year,
All right.
believe it or not. That's right. 6
All
and
right.
4.
Okay.
6 and 4. So, but yeah, seems like a million years.
I hear you. I hear you. So what's the heat been like for you, buddy?
Man, it's rough. I try to keep them in the shade as much as possible. We have a big oak tree right by the field, and they love going to that oak tree. We go out in the middle of our field, and it's just brutal. how hot it is. You know, we give them water breaks every 15 to 20 minutes in this heat. You know, last thing you want is for a kid to pass out or something like that.
That happened in West Monroe, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you feel like it's more so this year? Like we've had a little extended heat, it seems like.
I don't know. It seems like the older I get, the more hot it seems. I don't know what that's all about.
Just getting soft?
It could be. It could be, but it seems like it is. It seems like it gets hotter every year. I don't know.
Yeah.
So your first year, your schedule had Homer, Lincoln Prep, General Trask, Oak Grove, St. Fred, Cedar Creek, and Wichita Christian. Were you thinking, what am I getting into?
Look, I told a buddy of mine, I'm real good at getting rid of champions off of my schedule. You know, once I get them off the schedule, they start winning championships. So, but yeah, man, that first year, just looking at it, it was like, oh man, this is
brutal.
It's gonna be rough.
But you took Delta Charter first playoff game and first playoff win against Plain Dealer, and that had to be special.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good group of kids. I think we only had maybe 17 or 18 kids on the roster at the time.
Wow.
You know, went to Plain Dealing, and man, it was a war back and forth. You know, a great ball game. You know, saw a lot of courage out of those kids, and it was special. It was special.
Well, speaking of playoff games, how long did it take you to get over the loss to Hanson Memorial last year?
I'm still not
I
over it,
bet.
Joey.
48-46.
I mean,
Joey, you can't bring up bad memories.
look, it's stuck in my craw, man.
You got to make that the last question.
Well, I was talking to Adrian Burnett at Franklin Parish, and they lost to North Vermillion in the first round. He's like, man, I'm ready to get going and get this bad taste out of my mouth.
Absolutely. And I know that, you know, for the kids, that's a driving force too, because man, that's tough to go out like that.
Yeah.
You know, whenever your kids play so hard and play so well.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, the Singleton kids put up crazy numbers.
Well, I think that's why that's why sports is such a great parallel to life, and that's why it's so important for kids to be in sports, because you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some.
That's right.
Sometimes you're gonna give it everything you have, and it still doesn't work out. You just have to figure out a way to get back up and keep going. And I think that's the beautiful thing about sports.
That's right. Look, my teams before have gotten blown out in the playoffs, and my teams have lost close games. And I would much rather get blown out. I would much rather get blown out.
You don't have as many sleepless nights.
It doesn't hurt nearly as bad.
I hear you.
You don't second guess as much.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
So you have one of the best brother duos, certainly Class A, and I'm saying even more with Jabari and Tyron Singleton, quarterback, wide receiver. They are special, aren't they?
They don't come along often, Joe.
Yeah.
Those types of kids. And man, the great thing about those guys is, man, they're just great human beings. They're great kids, first of all. And man, just top-notch athletes. It's been in their blood. I've been, you know, watching them since they were in Pee Wee ball now. You know, waiting for the chance to coach them, man. And man, they have such a great chemistry. It's like Jabari knows where Tyron's going to be, and Tyron knows how to make his adjustments whenever Jabari throws him the football. And look, let me tell you what, everything's not peaches and cream, because at practice, man, they get on each other. I'm gonna tell you. Jabari missed throwing a pass yesterday, and Tyron let him have it. He let him have it. Man, you gotta lead me on it, you know. But
hold them accountable.
Man, there's that respect between those two brothers, and man, I'll go to war with them any day of the week.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, I'm blessed to have them.
Of course, you're rebuilding your offensive line, so I'm sure you've got a lot of sprint out stuff and all that kind of.
Yes, we do. You know, and for the past, you know, several years, our bread and butter's kind of been between the tackles, you know, downhill running, and you know, I think we can still get some of that, but we're gonna have to be able to put the ball on the edge.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna have to get the ball out in space, and the thing is, we have the skill guys that can do that.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
But our offensive line, we're starting 4 new offensive linemen. You know, and I really like this group. They're young, but they're hungry. They're developing a good chemistry. And like I told them yesterday, you know, we're going to have days, you know, where we fall flat on our face and it's just rough, you know, but get a little bit better each day. And they're starting to take that approach, and I'm seeing some good things out of it.
Of course, Davis Cooper on defense.
The hammer.
The hammer.
hammer.
He brings it.
Does it?
Yeah, he knows one speed, and that is full speed.
They were playing. I think it was a playoff game, and the opening kickoff, Ronnie. Kid was running it back, and Davis came out of nowhere and just flattened the kid. I'm like, oh, that sends a
I
message.
remember that play. I remember that.
Set the tone. That was early in the game.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Set the tone, huh?
it
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
And he's super physical, smart kid, very
Mhm.
intelligent.
And like you were telling me, just different on and off the field.
Yeah, absolutely quiet. You know,
That's usually the case.
reserved,
Uh-huh.
You know, but get on the field and he turns into a maniac. You know? I mean, it's just he wants to find the football and attack the football. That's what he wants to do. But man, I've loved coaching him.
Absolutely.
You know, he's a leader on our defense. And he also plays fullback on the offense. So and he just likes to hit. I mean, he's an old school soul.
It just happens to be a football.
Yeah, that's right. It happens to be a football.
Yeah. So I know you touched a second ago about how you may be changing your offense a tad bit to fit your guys this year. But just in general, what would you say that your philosophy is on both sides of the ball?
Physicality, I think, is the biggest thing. I like for my teams to be physical, especially up front.
Win on the lines.
Yeah, we try to teach that level of physicality, and we whenever we start hitting, we hit, and we are very physical in practice. You know, myself and the coaches would demand that of the kids. You know, and they're intense. You know, whenever we get in those hitting drills. You know, and but I believe in running the football. You know, I'm from an old school wing tee background. You know, and I never thought at that point that I'd be in the gun running stuff. But we've kind of meshed some of those concepts together. You know, we keep a lot of the jet sweep and misdirection off of that. And a lot of our passing game comes off of that motion, off that play action. So I would say physicality and being aggressive, you know.
And another great thing that I love about small high school level, we're not talking 5A, but smaller, is you've got earlier, how many people did you say you had on your first roster?
First roster, I think, was 16, I think.
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, so these guys are playing all over the field, and that's really cool to see because it's like, all right, you don't have much time to take a break. You got to go back in.
Right.
And it forces kids to learn a lot of different skills, and that's really cool to see. I mean, you know,
absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you, it's whenever you get into the season, it's a game within a game. You know, trying to get people rest and get people subbed in, and man, that Ironman football, it'll make a man out of you.
It says a lot about the kids to be able to do
Absolutely.
that.
Now you've got Faraday on the schedule next year. Did you ever get Vidalia?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, we actually play them, I think, back to back.
Okay, awesome. That is just so great for the parish.
Wow.
And
Absolutely.
so, you know, I had people come to me, Delta Charter's playing Faraday. I'm like, you do know that Delta Charter's played Ouachita Christian, Cedar Creek, Oak Grove.
The list goes on.
And on and on. So no, this is not. And I think it's going to be very competitive, and I know it's going to be great for the community.
I think so too. You know, and that's one of the things that these kids, you know, for years have talked to me about. You know, Coach, they're right across the road. Why can't we play fair? Why can't?
Right.
And I look at them. I'm like, you want to play fair? But all joking aside, they all the kids know each other.
Right.
You know, they interact with each other, and man, they just want to play ball.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's
And
the
it makes
biggest thing.
sense.
Let kids be kids.
Makes sense financially
Yes.
and all the way around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
I think we've got time for a couple more questions, and I'll go first, and I'll let you finish out. Just tell us a few of the players that we can expect to kind of stand out. You already touched on a little bit, but some of the players that we can expect to have big years for you.
Well, of course, start with the Singleton brothers, Jabari Singleton and Tyron Singleton. Jabari is a senior and Tyron's a junior. Davis Cooper, like we talked about, he'll be a senior for us. One of our young linemen, but he'll be playing both ways, Jalen Ivey. He's a really good player. Let's see, Lawson Ray's one of the undersized kids. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Law Dog's he's had a fantastic fall camp. and looking for big things from him.
And that's funny because his dad's not very tough. So it's,
Don't say that.
he's like my big brother.
Yeah, man, awesome guy. But
Well,
we have a lot of young kids that have the opportunity to step up, and I've been really impressed with our freshman class. So.
Good deal. Well, last year was your first year in Select, and now the Monroe and Alexandria schools have this injunction hearing August 21st.
Right.
I know you've got a lot of interest in that.
I do. And I was telling somebody the other day, it seems like in the non-select division, it's more top heavy. You know?
Right.
And in the select division, it doesn't matter who you get, man. You're going to get somebody that's a pretty dang good football team. You know? So I'm curious to see how that's going to pan out.
That could be big game changer right there.
A lot of people have a lot of vested interest in that for sure.
And they've got a good suit, I think.
Yeah, I think so. From what I've seen, it looks like they have a pretty strong case.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah.
But how? I mean, you got to play week to week. I know you just whoever it is we line up.
That's right.
But was it different being Select?
Like I said, the biggest thing was looking through the bracket. It was, you know, there's not really any, I hate to say bad teams, but you know, they're all pretty good.
Right.
You know, but like you said, week to week, Joey. I mean, we're gonna play who we play. You know, I talked to Jeremy Foote at Delhi Charter, and they've got West Monroe week 3. You know, they're playing West Monroe week 3.
Wow, I didn't see that.
So that's kind of a rough deal right there. But you know, we're playing the Willow School, you know, out of New Orleans, a 4A school. So you know, I'm a firm believer iron sharpens iron.
That's it.
You know, we're just trying to get better, you know. And
I think you got a good shot at winning district, which would be huge because you've never done that.
Absolutely. You know, and that's one of the things we've been pressing and telling our kids, you know, we want to hang that banner up.
Absolutely.
You know, we want to put that banner up. So they take a lot of pride in that. So hopefully things go well.
We hope so.
Real quick before we're getting Tim, we have Tim Morrissey from Magnolia Bluffs Casino coming on next. We're rounding Tim up real quick. He's a busy man, so that gives us an opportunity for one more quick question. And I like to ask this question because teams are all at different levels. But record aside, what would you consider a success to see from your guys this year?
Just maturity, I guess. Maturity and growth. Accountability, responsibility, just those things that, hey, you know, I talked to them yesterday about being a good, productive citizen. I told them at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many football games we win to me. What it means is for you to be a good dad, for you to be a good husband, for you to be a good member of society. You know, that's what I want to see. Yeah. You know, and like I said, we got a great group of coachable kids that I think are going to do great things when they graduate. So
that's awesome to hear, man. We've got a really good group of coaches around here. That's one thing that I'm noticing so far from these interviews. We've got a really good group of coaches who are not just good coaches on the field, but also leaders of men. And we appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
We need a lot more of that.
Yes, sir. So, I agree.
Well, man, we appreciate you coming out.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming out. It was a good time.
Yeah.
We'll pull them for you.
Brother.
You too, bro.
Thank you, guys.
We'll have a lot more of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Sam, you ready? Dive in. So we do have a good group of coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How are you, man?
Hey, brother.
How's it going?
Good. Stay busy, man.
Try to.
All right, guys. We are back with my buddy, Tim Morrissey from Magnolia Bluff Casino.
How's it going this morning?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well.
What are you thinking about the show so far?
So everything's looking good. It's been great to see the coaches in here. Looking forward to seeing all the great high school teams perform. I guess we've got some games starting this week.
Yeah, we got ACCS playing tomorrow.
That's right. So.
Yeah. How good do Joe and I look on camera? Is it really just popping out there?
Just make something up.
I mean, it's all right. It's went up since I got on stage.
we're gonna have to track the female viewership ever since we added me and Joey in the mix here.
I do have I have some bad news. I did check with Mississippi Gaming, and I can't take a bet on which one of you grows your hair faster. So that's off. We got to come up with a different bet for the season.
That's off the
They
table.
didn't have much confidence.
Yeah, goodness.
We're gonna get there by the end of the season.
Well, I'm glad you checked with the game
They were
commission.
I think they were right because there's going to be no winners. Well, we got you in here. So what we want to talk about, we got a few things that we wanted to talk about. Let's dive in and let's talk about we're here to talk about the sports book, basically, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the hours. Tell me a little bit
So
about the hours.
we open every day at 10 a.m.
Okay.
We do have kiosks. We've got 2 kiosks out on the casino floor that are open all the time. And we do have ticket writers in here at 10 a.m. And generally speaking, we've got a ticket writer in-house until the last game of the day goes off. We also have, Craig Jackson, our sportsbook director and poker director. He's here most days at the beginning of the day to make sure the lines go off right, and then at the end of the day to make sure that the lines for the next day are out. Super knowledgeable, one of the best sportsbook guys that I've worked with in the industry. Certainly can answer any questions. Got a fantastic staff over at the book. So, I know that some people out there may have never put a sports bet in before.
Yeah.
It can be a little intimidating. We're here to help. We're here to help you understand how that works. We've got a lot of different betting markets that you can explore. So, come on in, ask questions. It's as easy as picking your favorite team.
And what types? I'm looking at this sheet here. Types of bets available. Can you kind of explain this a little bit for us?
Yeah, so just to jump right into like NFL and college is coming up, right? So we take a lot of bets during that time of year. There's several different ways. We call them markets, but there's several different ways you can bet on an NFL game. You can take a money line, which is essentially you're betting that team is going to win the game. No points or anything. It's just, are they going to win or not? And then there's a money line associated with that. So when I talk money line, what I'm saying is how much money you're going to have to bet to win 100. So money lines are always based on winning a winning of $100. So if you see a minus 190 betting line, it means you're gonna pay $190 to win 100. If your team wins, you're gonna get your $190 back plus your $100 that you've won. So we've got money line, we've got point spread. That's kind of the most familiar for a lot of people. You'll hear, now that sports betting is so popular across the nation, even on ESPN and on the sports shows, right? You'll hear the Saints -3, which is the line for this Sunday's game. If you're a Saints fan out there, it's my favorite pick of the week. We'll talk about that later. But Saints -3 means that the Saints have to win by 3 points or more. If they do, and you've taken Saints -3, you've won your bet, and so you'll collect. The opposite of that is, it's going to be the Chiefs. So if the Saints are -3, that means the Chiefs are getting 3 points. So if you think the Chiefs are going to either win the game or lose by less than 3 points, then you can take the Chiefs +3. And assuming the game finishes up with 3 points or less, at 3 points you're going to push. If they either beat the Saints or lose by 2 points or less, you win that bet as well. So that's how the spread works. And then totals is just that. You're going to take the total for the Saints, total for the Chiefs, add them up, and you can pick the over, the under. So looks like currently for Sunday's game, the over-under is 37.5 points. So if you think that they're going to score more than 37.5 points, take the over. If they do, you win. If you think it's going to be a defensive game and there's not going to be a lot of offense and scoring, take the under. And if it's under 37.5, you'll win that side.
That has to be tough setting the points for a preseason game.
Preseason can be a little tricky.
It does. I will tell you, preseason is a hard part to handicap because you don't know who's going to play in those games. Yeah. You don't know how long they're going to play. The teams are, generally testing out their personnel. They're testing out different plays. They're not necessarily in it to win it, if you will. They're more there to see how their squads are working and how their schemes are working. So it's tough, but that's what we're in the business of.
That's right. Okay, and then you got first half.
So first half, all the same bets, right? You're just betting on the outcome of the first half of the game instead of the whole game. So if you like your action early, take the first half. You'll know by halftime whether you're a winner or a loser.
And then future bets. I like the future bets here.
Yeah, so future bets are something. This is the first year we put those out, and they're fun. If you're a diehard fan of a team, you can come in and you bet on that team. The Saints, for instance, yesterday they were 30-1, but we pumped it up just for all you Saints fans out there. As of today, the Saints' future to win the Super Bowl this year is 35-1. So if you bet $1 on the Saints to win the Super Bowl and they win, we're going to pay you $35 at the end of the year. Where it's fun though is, if you're a diehard fan, whatever team it is, you can put a small bet in on them, and now you've got action all year that you're cheering for them to win the Super Bowl. And the odds are long because the season's long and anything can happen. So 35-1 odds at $10, you're winning $350 if they win. So it's a fun way just to have a little bit of excitement and add a little bit to your viewing every week while you're watching your team.
Yeah, and we're looking at Major League Baseball. We're looking at NFL, college football.
Yeah, so we talked a lot, about
even MMA fights.
Yeah, we talked a lot about college and NFL, but we've got other bets. We've got the Major League Baseball going on right now. We did start offering UFC fights here. We don't show the pay-per-view fights just to get that out there so there's not confusion. But we will take action on them. So, if you're in the MMA, it's, a pretty popular bet right now. We added it. Gregg worked real hard to add it to the Sportsbook about 3 months ago. And it's something that's starting to pick up steam. So come on in. Again, Craig can run you through, or any of our Sportsbook team can run you through how to play.
And then before we get out of here, tell us a little bit about Playmaker Sportsbook Bar and Grill.
Yeah, I don't know of any other place in town where you can enjoy all of the games on Sunday. We have over 40 big screen TVs. We literally have every game on for college football Saturdays, every game on Sundays. We'll have some tailgate parties and stuff throughout the year. And you can come in, not only can you watch the games, but we've got great food and beverage specials. I think the kitchen's about to bring out some chicken wings for these guys to try.
Oh, okay.
We're going to have a chicken wing special every Sunday. I think it's $1 wing day. 12 wings, maybe 12 wings for $10. But we've got a wing special every Sunday, and then we're also going to have buckets of beer specials. So, not to mention, we rolled out the 20-minute menu that you guys talked about last week, and a whole new menu. We're open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Noon to 9 p.m. and noon to 10 p.m. on the weekends.
Joey, what do you think of that burger last week?
Man, those fries were killed for. Those are great. I got to ask you though, Tim. I'm not a golfer, but I figure if you're playing in a tournament, maybe don't put your best round in the first day, so you kind of get the second, third flight and have a chance. Well, speaking of Craig Jackson, he shoots a 77 on Saturday. I think he ends up in the championship round. Comes back and shoots an 89 on Sunday. That's kind of you really have to give him a hard time.
There's something behind the scenes going on. That's what we'll
have to talk about how to properly sandbag a golfer.
Yeah, exactly.
Craig's messed that up.
Goodness. Yeah. So, the burger was great last week. The fries are good. I've been here several times. I'm looking forward to eating having some wings here in a few minutes. Let's talk a little bit about the show real quick while we got you out here. We're excited to be here, man. We talked about this, and we're excited to be here. What are you saying from that side? What are your people saying? The coaches are doing awesome, aren't they?
Coaches are doing awesome. You guys are doing awesome. We're extremely pleased that you chose to feature Playmaker Sports Bar and Sportsbook for the show. We talked, probably 3 months ago now.
Yeah.
You came over and we were talking. You were telling me how you wanted to launch a sports show through Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. You had the perfect guy to do it with, Joey. And you thought that this environment would be awesome. And, we've been on board ever since.
Yeah.
I think it's only going to get better each week. You've got all the talent in the world coming in. I think, we've got a lot of talent right here, in the Miss Lou as far as high school football goes. So I'm excited to see how the season progresses. And see how the coaches' rivalry develops as you keep bringing them back on the show, and they got to start seeing each other every week. So, not to mention, we're going to have some awesome college games this year, and a lot to look forward to in the NFL. So, I think the show is just going to continue to progress, and we're lucky here in Miss Lou to have something like this.
So while we're waiting on the wings to come out, are you a college football fan? Are you a pro fan?
I'm just a sports fan in general. I've moved so many times that I don't necessarily have a team.
Mm-hmm.
I just love watching sports. So, if I'm here, I'm gonna root for all the colleges. I'm gonna be very political here and say I'm not gonna pick one.
But it's LSU. But it's LSU. That's
all right. Looks like we got some food coming.
Yeah. Now we did watch the Kim Mulkey's. We watched the LSU women.
We did
championship game together, and Tim said, "Man, this is the most fun I've ever had watching college basketball in general." And that was an exciting time. Look at these wings.
Wow.
So we've got the buffalo right here, and then you've got the lemon pepper. You've got an order of fries, and you've got our Belgian waffle that comes with the wings. So
awesome.
Wow.
You can have them either way.
That's
all
awesome.
right. Well, look, I'm gonna. I like to take my last bite. I like to take my first bite as we're going off the screen. So I'll recap. This looks delicious. I smell so good. My stomach's already making noises. So anyway, recapping the day, we just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out. We want to say thank you to Stanley and Blake for coming out. Thank you to Tim for coming on and telling us a little bit more about what's going on here. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Make sure to follow us at Miss Lou Champion Spotlight and at Concordia Sentinel. Make sure you get your paper every week. Got the new paper out now. I get mine every week.
Trying to get Josh West, Vidalia, and Cleophas Cummins Faraday this week.
For next week, okay. And we'll be here at 10:30 every Thursday morning. I think that's it. Thank our Magnolia Bluffs who make this possible. God bless, and as always, have a champion day. If you like what we're doing here at Miss Lou Champion Spotlight, make sure to like, follow, share on Facebook and Instagram, and visit our website, MissLouChampions.com. It costs you nothing, and it helps us to continue to shine the spotlight on awesome people right here in our community. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We're out at our awesome partners, Gregg Veterinary Clinic, and we are in the back in the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. I'm standing in the Magnolia Bell Suite, which is one of 5 elite boarding suites available to your 4-legged furry friends when you travel this summer. Each suite comes with a private bed, flat screen TV, 24/7 video monitoring, and a sliding door so your pet feels like they're home. They provide one-on-one walking and activities in a fenced-in private backyard. So call Gregg Vet Hospital today and request your pet suite at the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. They'll leave the light on for you. Call Gregg Veterinary Hospital today.
Welcome to your new hospital, Trinity Medical. Located in Faraday, Trinity Medical is the only acute care facility in the Tri-Parish area. Here you will find an active pursuit of holistic health, a strong, honest group of clinicians, and a consciousness of others that transcends the 80,000 square feet committed to you and your loved ones. Trinity Medical. People you know, caring for people you love.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. I want to tell you about our awesome partners, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chicks. Hicks Chicks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know they are also open to the public? Hicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish. And don't forget about their famous TNT burgers that are already pattied up for you and their amazing dessert options. So go see the awesome team at Hicks Chicks at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Natchez. Hicks Chicks, way more than just chicken.